So I just listened to the podcast and I was going to share with you what I was surprised to hear and also what I learned. So the first thing that I found really surprising was that the counseling center was ran primarily by practicum students. So I knew that these counseling centers had practicum students who were interested in doing college counseling, but I didn't realize that these centers are sometimes ran primarily by the practicum students. Also, these counseling clinics treat clients other than students on campus. So, in the podcast, he mentioned that 85% of their clients are students, but the other 15 are actually people just from the community. I was surprised to hear that. He also talked a lot about just how the counseling clinic was a training clinic, and so it's also meeting the needs of clients while simultaneously educating practicum students, which is something that makes sense, but I just hadn't thought a lot about. Because of that, and for other reasons, I don't think that college counseling is something that I will be interested in. I want to focus primarily on clients, at least for a while, before I start training other fellow students. So that was just something that I found surprising and something that I think I would dislike about working in such an environment. Um, he brought up a good point too about how something they have to deal with because they counsel students is that, around summer breaks and holiday breaks, that's a really hard transitional time because you have this counseling relationship with a student and then they leave for a break and then they come back and then you're kind of reestablishing that relationship. Um, Again, one thing that I don't think I would enjoy about this work environment is the primary focus on educating practicum students. I don't think I'd be able to work with clients as much as I would want to. And the last thing that I found surprising was that 11% of the students they deal with are dealing with suicide and have actually attempted suicide in the past. So I know we just did a week learning about suicide. So obviously, that's fresh on our minds. So that I think that statistic really stood out to me because of that. But I was just surprised that the statistic was so high. 11% of students have actually attempted suicide before. So that's just a few of the things that surprised me, some reasons why I think I wouldn't enjoy this environment. I do think that I would like the diversity of the clientele that they deal with, and also that there is, they get to put their hands a little bit in everything as far as how they help the students on campus with their educational goals and also with their social goals, transitional difficulties, all of that. But yeah, that is what I learned from the podcast, and I hope you guys have a great week.